I'm gonna give you some update on the 240 and what we've got so far going on. I finally got it turned on, and right now we're dealing with a really high idle issue. So I guess the previous owner, I don't know, for whatever reason, they removed the EGR valve on the back of the manifold, and for the life of me, I could not figure out why it was idling so high, because with the stock ECU, it wasn't actually idling high. But now that I got the aftermarket ECU on there with a Tutor Studios, I would say, I got Tutor Studios on it and I got it fired up. It just idles like super high. Another thing is, we are going to be testing some really super cheap eBay injectors. I know it sounds cringe just coming out of my mouth, seeing that I've dealt with so many different like Chinese injectors before. And what we're gonna do is we're actually going to we're gonna flow them out and see what's happening with them, to see exactly like, you know, what the get down is. If they flow good, then it is what it is. So one more thing, the turbo kit is pretty much done. Like, we got all the fabrication done on the manifold, as far as like piping, integral piping. We got all that fabbed up. The only thing that we have to do is the exhaust. So I still have to build the exhaust for it, and I don't know exactly if I'm gonna do like 3" or 2" or whatever. I'm leaning more towards like 3" just because I know it's gonna make the most power with a 3" exhaust versus like 2.5 or something like that. It does play a part also on the spool time and, you know, overall how much boost it's throwing or whatever like that. I feel like the turbo's gonna spool like a lot slower than if you had like a 3" or something. So I might go 3". I don't know. We'll see how it works out.
And I have the old ones.
All right, guys, so we are testing out the bottom of the barrel. This is like the cheapest injectors you could find possible. I think these like on eBay are like 50 bucks for 4 of them, which is like, I don't even want to know how cheap that is, but that is like super dirt cheap. So I'm just curious, because I might end up throwing these in the 240. I don't really care about the motor too much, so we're gonna test these out and see how they go. These are the 1000 injectors. eBay said, I'm pretty fucking impressed. I'm pretty impressed that they're even as much as they are. That's not too bad. So those are the China special right there. Those are the 1000s. But the tips, I was looking at the tips and they don't look too bad, honestly. They look like they redid the tips on them and somehow it's just working better, I guess. Because I've tested a couple of these before, and just the tip design was just horrible. Like the spray pattern was just, it was crazy. So I'm gonna test my luck on these and run these on the 240 with some boost and see how it goes. So we'll keep you guys posted. All right, so as you guys seen before, these are the stock injectors. And in one of my videos, when I first got this thing, I was cleaning these out. So we can't use these because these are too small. These are 280 cc's. I mean, I might be wrong, maybe, but I think these are 280 cc's, the size. So we're gonna go with 1000s, but I went with these eBay ones. And the funny thing about this is they're almost the exact same size physically. So I normally, okay, like on my green car, you know, I'm going for a lot of power with that car. I have really expensive injectors. Like The injectors are in this car are like $800. You know what I mean? So I'm running 2200s, and they run about roughly about $800 for 4 of them. So these things are 50 bucks, and I would never recommend any Chinese injector, but I have to give them credit where credit is due. And then I did flow them, and they flow pretty consistent, like, honestly. So I'm really impressed with these. Like, these actually are surprisingly good. I don't know if someone were to buy the same exact injectors, I don't know if they're going to come out as good. But I did buy these for Honda. It's the 1000cc EMUSA or whatever injector, and I float them out, and they do what they got to do. So, you know, I'm gonna try it, because obviously I do not care about that motor too much. Like, if it blows up, whatever, it is what it is. I have I literally have two JZs sitting here. So if it comes down to it, to where I need to like swap the motor, whatever, we'll cross that bridge as we cross it. So we're gonna go ahead and try these out.